welcome to another tutorial. My name is Janice and today we are going to learn how to mask an image inside of a text in InDesign. So let's get started. Today we are going to do one of these. I guess it is really nearing the holiday season, and I thought it would be quite nice to actually show you how you can mask an image into your text like this. You can do this for a card, for a banner, or anything that you like. And here are various examples that I've done it here. So if you want to learn how to do this, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is to open a new file. Go to New Document. Choose whatever size that you want. We'll go head over to Print. You can either use letter, legal. I'm just going to stick with A4. And I'm going to stick to millimeters. And I'm just going to leave it as that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, we'll create. So first of all, make sure your view is under Overprint Preview. And I don't want the margin, so I'm just going to hide it by using the keys Command semicolon or Control semicolon. And then there are two ways to do this. So first, you either create your own text, and a second way you can do it is through using a clip art. For example, if you bought something from Creative Market or from Design Bundles or whatever marketplaces you bought a clip art, and then you probably want it to be in vector format. And so I opened this holidays, happy holidays clip arts of this Christmas clip arts in Illustrator. So usually they come in different formats, right? Like PNG, JPEG, DXF, SVG, EPS. But for InDesign, it is best to use something that is compatible with InDesign. And so if you open an EPS, for example, an EPS can be only opened in Illustrator. And so this is an EPS, and usually EPS are in, well, if you open in Illustrator, it's in vector format. So make sure it is in vector format and it is compatible to be used along with InDesign. Okay, so here's my clip art. I'm just gonna choose like the happy holidays like we've seen just now, and we're just gonna Control C or Command C, and then we'll head over into InDesign and paste it, Command V. Okay, and if you see this dotted lines around it, it means it's a vector, is pasted as vector, which is great. This is what we want. And so we want to increase, enlarge this clip art by holding down your Shift key and just dragging it out like that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is to ungroup it, which is Command Shift G. They are all individual. Vector graphics. So you want to combine everything and merge together. And to do so, you need to use your Pathfinder tool. So to find your Pathfinder, head over to Windows, Object and Layout in Pathfinder. Okay, and sometimes it will come out like this. So what you can do is just bring it underneath like that. Okay, so once you select everything, head over to here at combine selected objects into one object. So it becomes one object. And now we can bring in our image to lay it over. So choose whatever pattern that you like. Choose something that is nice, is bright for the theme, depending what sort of text it is, you know. So since this is happy holidays, I want it to be I want it in gold. What about, yeah, this looks better. So I'll just drag it in. All right, and your image is placed in a placeholder like this, and just drag it out to the width of your graphics, You don't want it to be too short, you don't want it to be too long. This will be perfect. Okay, and then what you do is you select on the image and cut it, which is Command X or Control X, and then select your object, right click it, and it gives you the option to paste into. So just paste into. And that's how you do it. Okay, let's say for instance that you don't want this image, you don't feel that it doesn't look as nice. You can choose a different digital paper. Okay, maybe you like it in blue or green. This is not quite nice too. We'll try this one. And then again, the same thing, just drag it in. And then you drag to and then enlarge to whatever size that you want. Just make sure it covers the whole object. And then what you do is, again, you Command X to cut it, or Control X, right click, well, click on the object first, and then right click on it and paste into. So what it does is it completely replaces the previous image. So you don't have to like delete, and it, once you paste into it, completely replaces it, which really saves you lots of time. So I like this. This looks really good. Shall we do another one? So we'll do with the Merry Christmas one. Okay, we'll copy again, head over to your InDesign, and then paste it, Command V, Control V, and you see when there's a dotted line, it just shows you this is a vector graphic. Okay, and to enlarge, hold down your Shift key and then drag it out. You'll get an enlarge. So basically, it has to be vector graphic for it to work. Okay, you cannot do it with an image. It has to be a vector graphic. So the next thing we're going to do is ungroup it. So that is Command Shift G or Control Shift G. And then you want to combine it. All right, so that becomes a one object, and then we'll bring in a different one this time. We'll try this unicorn digital paper. I like this one here. Okay, so we drag it in, and then we'll enlarge to whatever size that you want. Make sure it's just enough to cover your object, and then you can select your image, and then you Control X or Command X, click on your object, right click it, and paste into. That's it. That's all you have to do. I think that's really good. If you want to adjust like the gradient, you want to adjust maybe the placement of the image, you can do so by, when you hover your object here, you see this little round thing here, you can double click in, and then you can just move it. Okay, I think that looks better. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is how to, let me just see, what else did I do? Okay, we'll try another one. So okay, this time we are going to create our own text. All right, so we'll add a different page. Okay, so this time we'll create our own. So head over to your type tool, drag it out, and this time I want to put Happy Holidays. Oops. My mouse is really sensitive. Okay, so okay, if you see all this lots of white space here, just head over right to the edge here at the corner and double click it. Okay, so that removes the white space and crops your text, and then with your Command and Shift key, hold down, drag it out to enlarge your text. Alright, and then select everything and then choose the font, whatever font that is nice. Joshiko sounds good. Now when it does this, that means the image is too large, and sometimes you find that your text will be missing. So again, just go over to the edge here, down here, and just double click it. All right. Oh, sometimes it doesn't work, but anyway, it works most of the time. Okay, and then here you go. It looks pretty cool. We'll just make it smaller again. Now I don't want this like this glyph right at the edge. I think it's too many, so I'm just going to keep the glyphs on the holidays and just remove it on the words happy. So in InDesign, what you can do is when you select your one of the H, it gives you an option. You can do this, okay? It gives you an option to remove it. Oops. Yep. Very good. Now you want to adjust the leading. That means the space between is the line spacing. Okay, you need to maybe adjust it. I think it's too close. So hold down your Option key or your Alt key, and then just hit down your down arrow. Okay, and then adjust it up or down. Okay, I think this looks good. Okay, just make sure you adjust your text and everything before you create outlines or you make it into an object. Okay, when you create an outline, what you're essentially doing is you are making it in an object. Once you've done that, you cannot adjust the text anymore. You cannot like type it anymore. It becomes an object. Okay, so whenever you mask something, if you want to mask something like that, you need to create your text. You have to turn your text into an object before you can do that. So okay, I'm quite happy with how it looks. I'm just going to bring it down further. So hold your Command and Shift key and then just drag it down to scale it down a bit. Okay, I think this looks good. Now sometimes with text is a bit funny in InDesign. So I'm going to create outlines first, and then I'm going to show you what I mean. So to create an outline, you make sure you select your text and then Control or Command Shift O. Okay, or what did I do? Okay, stay put now. Okay, let's try this another one. Another way is, okay, let me just undo this. Okay, another way to create outlines is go to your type, create outlines. Okay, and then once you've done that, you need to ungroup it. So Command and Shift, and as you can see, they are create outlines individually like this. So basically, if you try to select everything and you try to right click, it doesn't give you the option to paste into. So and if you try to use the Pathfinder to combine the object all together, you have this line like that white line that goes through. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't have done that at all, to be honest. It should just combine everything, but in this instant it doesn't work. So we'll just undo it and just stick to their individual text like this. So if this happens to you, don't worry, because we can always paste your image into the text individually, so one by one instead of the whole thing. Of course, ideally you want to, paste your image inside a complete object, but in this instance sometimes it doesn't work. So what you can do is, I'm going to choose a really bright gradient like this, and I'm just going to drag it in, and I'm just going to enlarge it just enough to cover the text, okay, at least horizontally. And then again, you Command X or Control X, click on the happy first. We'll do one by one, paste into. Okay, and then the next one, you can click again and then paste into again, because you previously cut it, right? So you can actually paste as many times as you want. So I'll just paste into again. So it's cool. So you can adjust this. Adjust this to maybe the pink, or yeah, that's cool. I like it. And this one you can adjust it as well. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Okay, so there you go. You still made it happen. It takes a little bit of, you know, an extra few steps, but you know, you got the results that you want. You can then group it, okay? Command G or Control G. And the next one we want to do is, let me see what else you can do. We've done the Merry Christmas. Do you guys want to try the Happy Halloween or the Merry Christmas one? We do the Happy Halloween one, okay? Because Halloween is coming, and I don't actually celebrate Halloween, but for those who do and wants to create something for Halloween, this is what you can do. So Happy Halloween, okay, and we create maybe find a different text this time. Maybe this one here. Now this gets really messy because there's a lots of like, this particular font is quite messy, so we can fix that. So we'll just double click it again, and then Command and Shift to enlarge it, and then we'll fix the glyphs. There's too many glyphs going on, so I don't want glyphs on the P, so I'll just do this. And is this the E? That is, yeah. Happy Halloween. Yeah, we'll leave this. I thought it's pretty good. Now the A, I don't think it's necessary. L, and I'm not sure what is this. There you go. I think that looks good. Let's just center it. Okay, and if still not happy with it, you can adjust the spacing between the lines. Okay, so Option key and hit your arrow up. So make sure you're happy with it. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, that's right. Okay. And then we'll create outlines. Okay, I'm going to do the shortcut Control Shift O or Command Shift O, and then I'm going to ungroup it, Control Shift G or Command Shift G, and then I'm going to see if I could adding. I'll try to combine it. Oh, it gives me that thing again. Oh, whatever. I'll just leave it as is. Okay. I'll just leave it as is. I can do an individual one by one like what I've done just now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it as is. So we'll go to a pattern. You can choose whatever pattern you like. Maybe something like this crazy pattern, or a star pattern. We'll try one first, okay? So try this one. Okay. Alright, and we're gonna cut it, right click, paste into, okay? Or we could try a different one, which is the black one. Let's try this one. That will give a different picture, different style. And then we can Command X or Control X, then right click, paste into, and it totally replaces the replaces the text. It's not too bad actually. Hi, Even you can see the white lines going through it. Okay, ideally that's not what you want, but for this tutorial purposes, I think we can just, yeah, whatever, we can just do it like this. And you can adjust, again you can adjust if you're not happy with how it's looking. You can, I'm not sure why I cannot see, there you go. It's pretty cool effects, isn't it? Happy Halloween, it gives a very cool effect. Not bad. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. And last one, we'll do the Christmas one, ho ho ho. Okay, we'll do this one here. We'll try a different font this time. We'll try this one. Double click and then we'll Control Shift to enlarge. Okay, yep, that looks very nice. Again, we're going to create outlines. So Command Shift O or Control Shift O, and then we are going to get the we'll get this one again, but we want to use the middle bit. Okay, so let's try this one. If you want it to be right in the middle, you can do that, but what you can do is you can just make sure the text is right in the middle here, so you can just do like that. Just make sure it's in the middle like that, so you don't have to move it around again. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, and then we're gonna select your image and then cut it, select your text, and then paste into. Yep, that looks really nice. If you don't if you want to have that blend, if you want to see that, you know, that transition of colors, you can do so. Oh, there you go, maybe a little bit up like that. Yeah, what if it's just the gold one looks really nice too, right? We'll do this first. Oops. Yeah, I like this one. Looks really nice. We just want to have a little bit of gold at the top. Here you go. Very nice. So if it goes on a black background, you can just imagine how nice that looks. We'll try a black background. We'll bring this back. Okay, that looks cool. Just try again. Okay. I'm too fickle-minded. Alright, I think that looks really cool. And sometimes if you want to do a drop shadow, like for the Happy Halloween or the ho ho ho, you can do that. If it's not standing out enough for you, you want to head over to get your effects tool. Okay, now to get this one, head over to Windows and effects. Okay, just make sure this thing is on. So click and then it will come out here. So make sure you select your object, go to effects. Okay, click this, go to effects, drop shadow, and then you can try out you can preview it. Okay, maybe not too dark. You want your image to stand out, but you don't want the shadow to totally overpower your graphic, because if not, your shadow will stand out more than your graphic, and you don't want that. So you can adjust, but I like to always put my offset and my X and Y offset to 1 mils. And then this option here is basically like the blurness, the blur of the shadow effect. I usually keep it to 1. And maybe my opacity, maybe break up a little bit, maybe 30%. 30%, yes, perfect. Can you see what I've done? Did you see what I've done now? You totally, like, it looks so much better now, don't you think? It's so much better now. So this is it. I hope you've learned something today, and if you've enjoyed this tutorial, remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button so you don't miss any tutorials. We'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye now!